Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you're okay. Classic 80s fanboy here, as known as Carl, coming live to you. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you're all well. A few things happened to me in the past couple of weeks, and I'll explain in a minute on what's been going on. Um, First of all, good news everyone, I've put another video up today. I've done one on Castle Grayskull, and that's now up and accessible via Facebook and YouTube. Just click on the Classic 80s Fanboy to find it, and it will be the first on your list to come up. So please choose that one and watch it. Yes, I made a boo boo in it. I said thanks to, well done, basically to Hasbro when I should have said Mattel. But hey ho, it's live. We make mistakes. We own up. We put our hands up, own up, and get on with it. You know, basically. So what's been going on since I've been not on YouTube? Well, first off, you can see the beard's gone, the goatee's gone. I got bored. I know I've got a bit of a chin there. It's a product of having a goatee. I'll have to give it one of them, sit there for a couple of hours doing that every night in the hope that I'll get rid of that. Never happened, but there you go. Because I'm getting old, that's what it is. Yeah, the goatee's gone. I got bored, so I just went and off it came. Also had a haircut. As you can see, that's all hair's gone now, and I'm looking all militarified again, as it used to be. Yeah, and basically everything that went wrong could go wrong. So I told you about the loan I got, so I went and bought a car. I've now got another car that I'm using. So that was the first thing. The second thing was I had to get an emergency plumber because whilst I was replacing the floorboards upstairs, um, the character who been in when these houses were first built, they used thin chipboard as flooring, and of course over the years, if you get water spilled on chipboard and everything like that, and it's tongue and groove chipboard as well, which means it's not as strong as what normal chipboard would be. Over the years, holes started appearing, and there was one night where the carpet dipped incredibly like that. When I took the carpet off, I saw a footprint sized hole in the chipboard, which meant new timber. So I went down to my local DIY shop where I work and picked up some 18mm plywood. The plywood apparently is the best thing you can use for flooring because it's nice and thick and it's made of different types of wood. Um, it's not layered in uh, not laid together like that. It's laid together like that with half on top, like that or so, and sandwiched together, and all these different types of wood, which makes it, where it's like, well, it is. It's marine ply, which makes it strong as anything. The only problem I had was the board was running underneath the skirting board, so I'd moved the skirting board out of the way. I used a pry bar to get the skirting board off, and there were nails connecting right at the back near the radiator pipes. And as I was prying up with a pry bar, prying up the nail, the pry bar slipped and ended up knocking two small holes into the copper pipe work for the radiators. Now, if you've not seen uh, good radiator pipes, they're only 8mm wide. They're not very thick. They're very thin. They're only 8mm round, and I just happened to nick two of them. So I had to run downstairs, run outside, and turn the water off. So we got the plumber in to come an emergency plumber, which ended up costing me £246 to just replace an inch and a half of copper like that on both pipes where I'd nicked it. So I replaced that, and obviously welded that back together again. But what he sort of filled the boiler back up when he'd replaced it, and I turned the water back on slowly. But what he didn't realise is that our combi boiler doesn't have, because we haven't got a top tank. It has water coming from the top. We don't have one of them, so there's no need to refill the radiators up to bars, to 1.5 bars. So he refilled the radiators up to 1.5 bar, and to which effect that we didn't have hot water. So we had no hot water for like 2-3 days. So I had to, then I had to change my uh, home serve appointment. I'm with home serve, so they come once a year to service our boiler, and it was easy enough to fix what the emergency plumber had done. It was easy enough to fix that, but the problem we haven't had then is our boiler was virtually on the verge of conking out. It was basically been condemned. We're not really supposed to be using it, but what can you do when the wife's cold and she's not very well? So we have to have the radiator on. Sorry, just gonna even that out a bit. Yeah, so we have to have the radiator on. Otherwise, she's got no heat. So uh, he did say we are allowed to really use it, but not overly use it. So she's got the radiator on at the moment, and the radiator's on. But with regards to our boiler, the flue was apparently collapsing out. The flue that runs inside the brickwork to come outside was basically disintegrating, because it disintegrated over the years. So he's had to put a cage on the outside to stop birds from flying in, or any insects from flying in. And we've got a lot of condensation behind the radiator itself on the back, on the wall, and the whole lot needs replacing. And not the pipe work, thank God. The pipe work is because it was done pretty well in the first place, and pretty good pipe work, professional type done. As I said, it's only 8mm round, which is usually generally a sign of a good piping and pipe work. It's costing another £2,500 to replace the boiler, so with that to pay out for. So it's turning out to be a pretty expensive year so far. But having said that, these are things that need to be done, and things are always said to try and test us. And as long as you don't panic and think about things logically, I mean, our boiler was a cheap foreign boiler, and it was on its way out anyway. At least the boiler we're getting for replacement is going to be 100 times better, and it's going to save us money. So, let's get a new boiler while we can. And the little car is doing really well. It's settling in really nicely, and it runs really well for a nice little run around. So we're happy with that as well, as long as it stays like that. But yeah, it's doing all right. So, as I said today, I managed to push a video out very quickly. I didn't have time to edit it very well. It's only just quickly done, and it was done on my camcorder. A little, I wouldn't say it was cheap, but done on a little Sony camcorder there. That's why the picture's not great, because it's only, it's not even HD quality. It's one of the earlier Carl Zeiss hard disk drive cameras. I'd like to get a 4K one up and running at some point, but that's way off in the distance. But this will do for now. So as you can see, when I'm filming, it does have this grainy sort of effect. There's not a lot I can do about that. It's just the way the camera is. But it's a clever, nice little camera. I've recently had a new battery fitted, so I've got myself a new little battery there, and it does the job. It records stuff. As I say, it's not the greatest of lenses, but it does what it needs to do. So I'm happy with it. You can see what I'm pointing and shooting. You see what I'm pointing at, and that's the main thing. So yeah, there's that. Um, Apart from that, that's about it really. Nothing else much to report. Doctor Who's gone very dead. It's very quiet. I think all the Jodie bots are keeping their opinions to themselves now because they know they haven't got a leg to stand on. It came out recently this week that the rate, well, not this week, but last week and the past couple of weeks actually, if I'm being honest, that the ratings, they've proven that the ratings have been crap and totally dire throughout the whole era of three pathetic seasons over 5 years, and it's turned out to be absolutely rubbish. So they're keeping quiet about that. They're not making any fuss about it. They've gone very quiet because they know that every time they try and start an argument, they're going to lose it. So they don't say anything anymore. Quite frankly, nor should they either. They've got no leg to stand on. Really, it's been a terrible 5 years for us loyal Doctor Who fans to see it go and get thrown down the pan. Um, it really, really has been. It got to a stage where I was almost ready to give up, but I'm hanging on in there because I'm hoping that when Russell T Davies comes back, things will start picking up again. It might take a year or so, but I'm hoping that lightning can really strike twice, and he does a phenomenal job, like he did the first time round. Um, but we've yet to wait and see. I'm not going to throw all my eggs into one basket. I'm going to be optimistic, but not overly optimistic. And here's hoping that he'll do a good job. In the meantime, character options still can't get their act together. They're still not producing enough Doctor Who. This new line at the moment. This new, well, it's not even a wave. It's just the robot action figure, which was part of a builder figure right at the near the very beginning of the classical line by character options. It was a builder figure, so you had to pay for each part of the builder figure from that was supplied with either. I think it was each certain doctors had a builder figure part, and it cost an awful lot of money because you had to buy the figure as well as get the part as well. And a lot of people missed out on that run. So, character re-released the robot figure this time with the complete robot, including gun, and with another Tom Baker figure, which I'm looking forward to getting. I looked all over B&M. My local B&M didn't do it. It's been out over a week so far. I don't think they're going to get supplied with it because B&M only choose certain B&M stores to uh, have these figures, and unfortunately, this time our store missed out on it. So I got in contact with a good friend of mine, John Hogg from uh, Doctor Who Collectors Club UK, and he sorted me out one for a price that I'm not prepared to disclose. That's between me and him, but it's cheaper than looking it for it out on eBay in the wild because eBay prices start at 40 quid and they're only a 1999 figure. So, yeah. There you go. Scalpers got their hands on them again. Scalpers are winning. There is another guy out there in the Doctor community that buys um, a load of boxes. I mean, not individual boxes. I'm not good at the packaging boxes from B&M directly with the stock in. I think he's bought about 12 cases. That's what we're talking about, cases. He's bought about 12 cases and has been selling them to the fan community, which I think is highly commendable. So the gentleman in question, his name is Anthony Fagan. So Anthony, very well done, and thank you on behalf of the community for all you're doing. You're a top man and you're a top bloke. And also, I'd like to put in a good word for John Hogg as well in Doctor Who Collectors Club UK. He's doing outstanding work as well. He buys them and sells them off more or less at cost price. Does include a bit of postage on top, obviously. But he's selling them at cost price for anybody that missed out on them because down south they've been virtually non-existent. They've all been spread it up north this time. So I don't know if you've been hearing as well on Twitter. Apparently, the Al Dewar has put out not a statement, but he wrote something on Twitter the other day about an announcement being made on Tuesday between 10 and 10:30. So I think what's going to happen is going to be another lot of exclusives only available on Character Options websites. Keep your eyes open. The last one they did was the Patrick Troughton and TARDIS. I'm not sure whether there's going to be another TARDIS, but the last lot was $39.99, so it's going to be pretty expensive. So make sure you got your pocket money saved up, because it could be another expensive figure again, I think, or pack. We don't, as of yet, as of this recording, we don't actually know what it's going to be. A lot of people have been speculating there could be another TARDIS, but at the end of the day, there's only so many TARDIS you can have. I haven't got every single TARDIS. I've got 9, I think. I don't. Depending on whose TARDIS it is, if it's 6th or 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th, I haven't got any of them. So I would quite welcome any one of them. But no, hang on. Did we get this right? 6th, 7th, and 8th. Any one of them 3, I'd be quite happy with. I've already got 9th and 10th TARDIS and 11th, and I was one of the lucky ones that didn't hear about the recall of the 12th Doctor's TARDIS, so I've got one of them as well. Lucky me. So yeah, that's what's going on this week. So keep your ears peeled for that. Apart from that, that's everything I have to say. It was only going to be a short one tonight. I don't think, nobody knew I was coming on anyway. And as I said, I don't get any people commenting, so I should just keep plugging away and letting you know what's going on. So all those Character Option figure collectors, keep your ears to the ground, keep your eyes on Twitter and YouTube, and perhaps Al Dewar will put up a video within the next 24 hours letting you know what's going on. Okay? So that's it for now. You take care and take care of each other, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheerio.